Hi friends, it's Tracy from the Financial Freedom Diary, and today we are back to do my paycheck budget number 2 for the month of January. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe below. Hope you all are having a super fantastic day. Woo! Um, this paycheck is different from my last one. I know I'm a salary employee, so if you didn't know that, yes, I'm a salary employee. I get paid pretty much the same, but around the first of the year, medical insurance and other things, they kind of increase. And so that typically brings my take-home pay down some. So my medical insurance did go up by $1, and then my FSA, I increased that contribution. So it's going to be about, I think it's a $20 increase per paycheck. So my take home pay is going to be $26.41. Also, I know when I did my monthly budget, I had said that I wanted to put $1,000 into the travel fund. I have been watching like what's been going on with flights and everything, and with all these things going on, I do not feel like it's safe for me to be prioritizing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that down in my priority list. I've already told my friend and everything. So, but it's just not safe for me to travel. And I had planned on flying, right? Because I'm just getting my car out of the shop, and I had no intentions on driving from Memphis to North Carolina. And I especially don't feel safe driving from Memphis to North Carolina in my car. Also, different terrain. I don't really know. I never drove across Tennessee. When I used to go to South Carolina, I used to go the southern route. So I don't know the Tennessee route that well, and I don't know um, what is what to be doing that kind of travel. So I'm just going to put it to when it's, like the warmer months. So that way I can make sure that I'll have a safe trip, and, like I'll be safe to be on the road. I'm not out there doing granny miles, because I don't drive that fast anyway. So I don't want to take any truck drivers off, but, like I'm going to get it together, but I want to make sure that my travel, where I go, I'm safe. And that's like my physical and my emotional um well-being, everything is together. So I just told them that I was going to wait. I just hate that I'm gonna miss their birthday, but that's okay. With everything that's been going on here, what that means is that I'm going to be prioritizing the move over the travel. And the emergency fund, most definitely, I did have to tap into the emergency fund, because the cost to fix the car, I want to say, was, I think it was five. No, 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 no. It was 600 something. It was five something before taxes and all that stuff, but it ended up being six something total. So there was only about 200 and something in my car maintenance fund. So I don't, that sucked all that up, and I had to go into my emergency fund. So with that being what it is, I've got to replace what I took out of the emergency fund. And I guess the car maintenance fund is starting from zero. So that is all the changes that I can see for my budget. So I am going to switch to the top down view of my form so we can start divvying up the money. So I went ahead and wrote in all of my categories to just to save some time, and I have my salary in at $26.41. And so my son's savings, that will come out, I'm going to put the 15th, but technically it's going to come out on Friday, because I think the 15th is a is on, I thought it was Sunday, but it's not. So it's going to come out on Friday the 14th. So I'm going to put that date here and put the 14th here too. These two for my insurance. So that is going to be $60. I did double check and make sure that they got the amounts right going into all of the accounts. I just don't know, y'all. For my health insurance, I'm going to raise that to $15. My identity theft is going to be $3. My portion of the cell phone bill, I'm going to put 75, and the date is the 18th for that. Utilities around the 28th. It's been getting later and later. And my PMI dues is also coming out automatically on the 28th. So my utilities, I'm estimating that it's going to be, let's see what I put in a monthly budget, $275. It may be higher because I've had to use the heat. It's been pretty cold. Oh, and I did have maintenance come through here to deal with another issue. I also put on a ticket about the heat and the airflow not working downstairs. Never has been. Put on a ticket how many times I've contacted them, how many tickets I put in. I mean, the whole 9 yards, the emails, the office visits, the phone calls. Everything was documented on this one ticket. They sent a different guy to my place, and I actually heard this person actually go up in the attic space, and I could tell he was messing with the damper outside of my bedroom vent, and he could not reduce that airflow up here. So when they went up there, somebody's messed with something and it's not adjusting. The good thing is he did not close the ticket, unlike homeboy number one, who kept closing the ticket saying it was fixed when it wasn't fixed. So PMI dues, $154. And the gas for my car, so from my second check, I'm going to set aside $50. And I don't take my gas out as a cash envelope. If you don't know, I live in Memphis, and I just don't feel safe going to a gas station, getting out, walking in and stuff like that. I also have to be at work like 6 o'clock in the morning, so it's always dark when I go to work. So let's add up all of the bills. 60 plus 15 plus 3 plus 75 plus 275 plus 154 plus 50, 632 is my bill total from paycheck number 2. And I'm looking at paycheck number 1 to see if I forgot anything, because there's a balance between the two. And then I also double check against my monthly budget to see if I left anything off there, if there's something I need to have. Oh, y'all, the stocks. Let me tell y'all about that. With the stocks, there is a way for me to do a cashless offer, not incur all the taxes and stuff, but I can invest in something that is a little bit more diversified than being invested in the same market in which I work. One of the things I've always learned about owning stock is you shouldn't own too much in the industry in which you work. So if something happens to that industry and all your stock is in that same industry, it's a double whammy, right? I could lose my job and the stock shares go down. So that's why I wanted to do something else. But I'm like, if I can hang on to or have an investment that lasts me into my retirement, that'll be excellent. I will take it and just have to huff it out. Get that $20,000 I need for my emergency fund, right? Okay, so I had 632 the cap. Yeah, still there. So my total for my income was $2641, and my bills are $632. And so I have $2,009 left to budget, and I want to make sure 2009. Let me make sure this total is right. Typically I do this twice, but today I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me, and I didn't do that right. 275 plus 154 plus 50, 632. Out of this paycheck, I don't take out anything for cash envelopes. So I just do that once a month. So I still have $2,009. Now, gifts. I went ahead and pre-wrote in $10 so I could remember that I want to put $160 into my gifts fund, and that'll make sure I cover all of what I jacked up Christmas shopping. Now, medical, I want to put in $40 into that. My subscriptions, I think it's another $40. And subscriptions, this is like, I'm going to get BritBox. So I want to save up the money first and then order BritBox. PMI dues, I want to, next year this time, I want to be taking my PMI dues out of my sinking funds instead of having to cash flow it with my bills. My Sam's membership, and I'm trying to remember if I have any other professional things that I have to take care of, or if there's something like I might get Amazon Prime, or I think one of you guys had told me to talk about sharing that with my kids. I need to ask them about that. Clothing, I'm going to add $10 into there. My insurance, this covers car and renter's insurance, and that's supposed to be $130. And the asterisk that I put on the monthly budget just says if I can meet my monthly goal in full. It doesn't have an asterisk by it, that just means that I can't. Household, I want to put in $50 there. I went and checked my stash, and this is the money I'm going to use to go to Sam's, and I pick up like paper towels, tissue, Kleenex, you know, the big bulk stuff, so that way I don't have to cash flow that month to month to month to month. Almost everybody in my house, except for my oldest son, has allergies, so we go through a lot of Kleenex. Here, the little fun packs and all the other stuff. So travel is the one that's going to get $100. And I am going to add, I think I'm going to add $800 to the moving fund. Okay, I just went all over the line. And electronics, I'm going to add $100. I probably should have put less into the moving fund, but it'll be all right. So let's see. Let's see what we got. 10 for gifts, 40 for medical, 40 for subscriptions, 10 for clothing, 130 for my insurance, $50 for household, $800 for moving, $100 for travel, and $100 for electronics, and that's $1280 for the sinking funds. But yeah, what I want to do as far as moving is concerned, I want to start purchasing some boxes so we can go ahead and start boxing some things up, especially things that we know we're not using or will be using within the next 3 to 4 months. I believe that's what we have left on the lease. And, you know, like get all of that taped up, move downstairs, and that'll be the 3 of us working in our own rooms, and then I can start downstairs packing up stuff that I'm not using. Plus I've been bringing home a lot of crap from the office because I have to pack up my desk because they're going to tear down our area, and I'm on the first floor right now, and so when they rebuild I get a whole new desk, but I'm going to be on the 2nd floor, so at least I'll walk up the steps, you know. So left to budget was $2,009. Now let's subtract out $1280, and I have $729 left to budget. And I have no debt. And so that $729 will go into my emergency fund. And so that'll make my savings total $729. And I should have $0 left to budget. So yeah, it's my dues and stuff for this month, but at least I'll be able to shift some things next time because I'm putting more into the moving than I am into the emergency fund. So I really would like for it to go to the emergency fund, but I do have to get moved, and I'm predicting with everything and the labor shortage and stuff, I have to be ready to go, and I want to be able to say I have a month before I have to deal with them, and deal with this place, and then, you know, I can move anytime within that time, so it's not so stressful, if that makes sense. I like my moves to be kind of What in the hell? Sorry, I'm just looking at this camera and everything just got real light, probably because I'm moving my hands. But yeah, I want everything to be really smooth when we moved, and so that way I'm trying to make sure I plan everything out just right. So 2461, I just can't believe it, I just cussed. Minus 632, minus 1280 from the sinking funds, minus 729 in the savings, and so I have a zero-based budget. But yeah, that is everything. That's the marching orders, and hopefully the car doesn't get any more things wrong with her. I wish they had found that alternator issue back in December, because that's what I thought it was, and I had told the guy that. So, but they did replace the alternator and the battery. But better, you know, that I have the money than not have any, right? So I will talk to you guys again on Saturday. So thank y'all so much for watching. And you think if I watched this go white just now, I would not be moving my hands like that. If you're interested in knowing where these budget forms came from, they're in my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop's name is SooSweetPlans, and they are printables, and I think they're $1.50 a piece, and you get monthly and 5 paycheck budgets, so that way it kind of fits most pay frequencies that I know of. But yes, I will talk to you guys on Saturday when we do my weekly check-in, and you guys have a super fantastic day. Bye.